in here, PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 online ranking session. And I am Chu speaking and sharing the table with the awesome Contra. We're looking at the final game of the day. Everybody just wants to get everything out in the open, just giving whatever they can offer.
Exactly, and looking into it, just like it's going to be something that we are familiar with. Starting off from 78 into the Sinascom base once more. Gareebooo will be the first one to hop off the plane, followed by BulShark as well. KisiL is not too far behind. Wait, that's not KisiL. That's, I believe, it's Kronten's team. And some of them have already secured the chicken dinners. And remember, these gaming creators are out there trying to book their slot in towards the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2019 global rounds. And the ones with the highest amount of points will be able to secure their favorite teams, and it depends on their position. So if you are sitting at 16th place like Mr. RawKnee right now, maybe he might not have a choice.
Oh, I would love with any team that I got paired up to, but that's a very big advantage if you get to choose which team the professional ones we're talking about to sided with you. Well, looking at this, I do see that Gareebooo is the first one dropped into the map. Very fast drop. Well, looking at Rollexxx, actually trying to go for Alice's team. Got caught red-handed there. They are taken up by surprise. Natash straight away go into retreat as we speak.
Natash just trying to actually get a little bit of a coverage ground, having a little bit more mass to heal up. Twin bullets on that VSS. Having that extended mag definitely helps her out for a little bit more. And I do love all these skins that they have. Speaking of skins, of course, there's the new Royal Pass. If you guys haven't purchased it, you go ahead and do so because it's going to be a long season. And looking at this circle, we are having it covering the whole islands of Sinascom military base and some parts of the mainlands as well.
Okay, I'm loving this circle a lot, actually. But I do feel sorry for the players because it's a very punishing circle for most of the team, especially those who are up in the north. And 50%, I say, is covering the water.
Oh yeah, it's just a little bit tough for them. I'm not too sure if that's 50%, but
I think
that was
it's around,
fair enough.
Yeah, it's around 40 to 50% of water.
Yeah, some of these teams could possibly opt to pick some boats up if it does end up inside of the island. While inside of the school compound, we see Gareebooo all by himself alongside with Bong, both having a fair share amount of loot for all being covered up, while we see RawKnee will be in the corners of the farmhouses right there. So RawKnee himself struggling to actually find any sort of mats for himself, as he still has no helmet, no vest as well.
Oh, I think he's doing okay as long as he keep on moving and keep that stock up for himself in terms of loot. But they don't have to budge for now for those actually in the middle base. There are 3 teams currently in the southern side of the map in the very small island of middle base. We have Mitchel's teams with RawKnee as well as NIKITANGA, who played so well last time. And we have no clue who will take up the last chicken of the day for our day 1 PUBG Mobile Star Challenge.
Well, looking at this, I think that RawKnee, at least they are dropping inside the south side of the middle base once more. So maybe this is going to be a good news for themselves. But sharing the middle base currently is, of course, Mitchel as well as NIKITANGA. As we look in towards Yasna, Pollyanna is heavily populated. We have Rollexxx, we have Sulin, as well as Alice's side to actually take each other out. So we see who will be the last one to survive out of the city.
This is too overcrowded, I say, especially against Sulin and Rollexxx. They are just next to each other. Will it be another still standing moment for these 2 teams like we watched the last one? Because Rollexxx is a very safe team when it comes to not ambushing people.
Well, I gotta say that they are playing smartly in the sense that they're not overly passive. They need to take up fights when they should. So I believe that they make the right calls. And inside of the water town is going to be K7 Kaichi's side, just trying to cut themselves in towards the next zone, which will be the closest one. The closest city for them will be Pachinki, but that is just a little bit of a risk for them to take, but may just reward them as well as Angry goes in for the headshot.
Well, I'll take back my words. They are actually doing very aggressive shots in the early out of the game against Sulin's team, who is kind of struggling to get a better position to cover themselves out. But the less of Kyra or Alice's team will take the advantage if they want to.
You can see Natasha just not having enough meds to actually heal to 100%. Also, should have no problem getting that revival in the way. Rollexxx trying to go in for a couple of peeks off the windows. They already know the positioning of the side of Sulin's side. While Ochuhoye is just getting himself in towards the same compounds once more, trying to actually spot out where did the shots actually come from.
Well, Sulin's kind of out in the open. We're looking at Alice might just gonna build this and evacuate to another compound instead. They don't want to take up the fights too early head on because nobody wants to be the first one out of the game. You still have 64 people left. Everybody is intact in the game. Nobody is out yet. Nobody is doing too soon. 16 teams still alive, still phase 1 of the game. We're looking at Angry. He's really angry. Look at that tap. Straight away. Quick shots. That's really quick and a lot of damage there.
Immediate peak fire is coming from the side of Angry, just trying to get that one shot, one kill potential as Juicy will be able to take down 0-2 Min. 0-2 9, just like that. Well, I gotta say 9 is definitely gonna have to struggle for a bit as Hoi tries to go in for a little push. Angry's just gonna rotate towards the back, and he does have the micro Uzi equipped with that K9 as well.
Oh, Hui. Just gonna hop into the UAZ with the rest of the team. Just gonna exit out and move to another place. What just happened? Juicy managed to kill one Sulin just now. Well, there you go, securing the kill. Sulin has to obey. The damage has been done, and there's nothing more the rest of the team can do. While RawKnee is being ambushed by Stark across the map here.
He's trying to go in for the taps, trying to find Tuck, just line those shots up. A little bit of good sprays coming with the 4 times M4 as he needs to ditch that buggy right there. I think that the tires definitely popped across. While we see Sulino too, the captain of the squad, just dropping out of the vehicle, and that spray down coming from Angry will be able to take down the second member from the side of Sulin as well as they try to rotate out of Yesnaya Pollyanna.
Well, we're looking at KisiL's team, which will securing or barricading this bridge. I really love when this happens. Look at that. They are so sneaky with that suit going on. That's such a fancy and flashy suit on Bear. He's really being a bear there.
Okay, I guess like other than the bear, we still have Tuck here who managed to actually survive with a little bit of help coming from Ash, giving a little bit of support coming from the side of the UAZ, while Rollexxx will be facing off with Sulin for the second time coming. Juicy getting some sprays over his side, but managed to dodge it all out, waltzing his way as Spin goes in for a reload, still trying to find Juicy. Juicy's just by the corner of the wall. He knows that he's peeking, and he's just trying to charge up the nade. This is going to be a little bit smart move, but Angry will be able to find Sulin knows for the second time, lobbing the nade, and he needs to go in for the run as Juicy will take it down to 40%.
That was so close. Juicy just managed to dodge it at the very last minute. We're looking at Angry. He's being very angry. Look at that.
Oh, he's going for the chase. He's going for the chase. He's just going to bring in that micro Uzi, and he hops out towards the second wall, spins, just spinning around, just going in for a little bit of a rotation as he goes back in towards the wall, and he got no place to hide as Angry has to pick up this fight. There we go.
There you go. That's micro Uzi at its best. Straight off. The best firing rate ever. While the rest of Rollexxx team just join in and get the loot all together and sharing them among themselves. We're looking at Nikki just managed to park themselves up here, while we have Mitchel's team already up in their arms, ready for any damage being taken up by the rest of Stark. Just keep on giving pressures for a lot of team.
Yeah, you can see Mitchell having a little bit of dilemma right here, although they do have a couple of compounds to work with. This is Naupon going on that Scar L with the 4 times, trying to land those shots straight towards the side of NIKITANGA. NIKITANGA already winning one chicken dinner from the previous match. They're looking to actually keep that sort of momentum going as they are just playing by the shorelines over on towards the northern section of the island, while we see ARXY finally taking off Milk just with that couple of taps.
That's why you cannot be too comfortable, and just a little bit pick will get yourself a big headshot there. Well, Nikki just kind of trying to get himself a little bit covered in the ditch here. But it's not
like it's a really good
yep, it's a very good place. Yeah.
They've already lined up all these dossiers.
But then that's the thing. You don't want to be too occupied with those that actually in front of you, because anybody can charge you up from behind. You're taken up by surprise. That will be very, very such a sticky spot to walk out of.
Yeah, and also on the corners of the bridge, we also have Dita joining in the party, not too much on the other side of the eastern bridge, while we see K7 having a little bit of a time of their lives.
This is I'm really happy for Kaichi's team, because for the first time ever they are not bumping into any other team early out in the game, because they have been bumping into Elsa's team quite some time now. 3 games in a row.
While we're looking at the side of Kronten, yep, well, I would say that at least they're playing it a little bit safer, not meeting up way too early, while Kronten is tanking the blue, just rotating across the corners of Gareebooo. I believe that they need a lot of fuel to actually get in towards the island, while BulShark will possibly do the same as well. They're going to reach the south side of Sanaska Island, while we're going back in towards Niki's little bit of a tussle here, a little bit of sniping fiesta for both Mitchel as well as Niki at this section, while we see BulShark finding a place to dock over on the south side of Sanaska.
Okay, well, looking at the Sanaska military base is slowly occupied by a lot of teams. While there are some those who are coming up from the east, we're looking at ARXY against Sinchuan again. Will they take up the fight or just bail it and move across into the southern side of the map?
ARXY is playing it a little bit safer this time around, and the match just spot out a couple of visitors coming from the side of Sinchuan, and he's going to drop that bike inside of the grass while they're still inside of the next phase. It's a little bit of a safe play coming from the guys of ARXY, while Zhang's a little bit late to the fray, while Sans goes in for a couple of taps there and spots out Rollexxx members inside the water. Lucky enough, Angry did not manage to get knocked out. At the moment I speak of it, Sans brings him down.
Oh, Angry will not be staying angry because he will be out of the game. He was crazy just now. I was scared because he's a scary opponent. But looking at the high rolls being pressured so bad by Rahman, but being punished back with counterattacks by Rollexx's team, Juicy is struggling to make sure he got himself covered here.
And you can see Dita just going in with a lot of snipes. Rahma is just on a great form. Has the Car 98 just zooming in towards the members of Rollexxx. Rollexxx trying to go in for the safe, and they know that somebody's out there. This is going to be a little tough for Rollexxx to actually get out of the home. But here comes Rahma going in for the push already.
Oh, this is a big move coming up for the Fragger of Dita's team. But will they manage to cover him on time?
They're coming in.
Oh, there you go. Oh, this is a bold move. Sun's just gonna go and ambush again.
Upwards. Rollexxx is getting himself ready. He's going in for the spray down there, and he will be down on the knees. And Dita Sans will secure that kill, taking off the leader of Rollexxx.
And he's the only person around there. For the rest of the team is not budging to give him an extra hand. Rollexxx really in an icky spot. There's no way for him to actually run.
As you can see, Sixless trying to avenge their fallen allies as he has that AK at the ready. Juicy's going to bandage up, losing way too many utilities, and there's nothing much that they could possibly do about it. But what they really need is a couple of kills to get themselves a little bit of a head start in towards the early phase of the game. We see 2 minutes before the next blue zone takes in, while K7 might just actually get themselves into a little bit of trouble here as they cut across this bridge.
Oh, they just bomb into KisiL right into the spot where they're having just camping going on here. And we're looking at KisiL just getting more kills and damage being done. K7 just gonna build this one out. It's just too much for them to handle by themselves.
We see KisiL finally getting a couple of pickoffs right there. And we see over the top side of the hill is just going to be another team trying to actually get themselves into position to pick people off as Ben falls downwards and slowly bleeds out. And that'll be KisiL trying to actually secure that sort of kill as Miffy gets sprayed there from the back of the Ken Boost squad, and he needs to actually regroup with the rest of KisiL 99.
Well, looking at Ronnie, who is actually playing a lot of parking at the side of the mountain here, but I do see Ken Boost team just charge right into the bridge camping area again. But looking at that, it might be a predicament for the team that's bridge camping there too long, because they might run down of utilities.
Well, they still could possibly get as much as they can in that sense. Well, we see a little bit of a scuffle as Miffy will finally finish off K7 Ben. He slowly bleeds out. So K7 having Jingwei just watching it out from the other side of the Miller base. This is the Ronnie just being on top of the hill as KisiL. All of them are still inside of this garbage truck, while Bunk pulls out that Mini 14, has 90 bullets going for the reload, bringing back up to the extended 30 clips that he has. So he's just trying to actually clip some of the hits if it ever pops.
Well, that's a hard place for them to be for KisiL's team. Cannot even stand up, but that's a lot of damage taken out for both of the team. Bonk is being straight on headshot. They're almost clipping all the way down. Well, looking at Rollexxx is trying to just secure himself one kill. There you go. Kyra is a free kill for Sixless. Easy kill. No need to contest or whatsoever.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy indeed. And Kira had no choice but to fall. I would say that the drive was pretty decent, while we see Lallis also soaking a little bit too much of a damage. And if they were to cross this bridge, we know Gareebooo members are just waiting by the corners right there. Drone just going in for a little bit of peek on that 6 times, while Tuck has that 3 times M16 going in for drone. Oh my, I guess it's a valiant attempt whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a very long shot for Tuck. Well, he's living a Tuck life like his name is. But looking at Jong, who's actually aiming for those in the sea. I don't know what is he aiming for right now. Maybe just trying to keep off the pressure of the shores here.
Well, perhaps so. Maybe,
oh, that's actually Dita's team here.
We can see Rama just trying to swim his way across, while beside is just over above side, finds KisiL 99, and beside just having to lose out their leader right there. Drone's gonna go in with the nade, trying to charge this one up. Will it be a Kobe? Oh, I think he actually lobbed it towards the side. I don't think it's gonna land anyways, but the rest of Gareebooo having Warren driving towards the side, he's gonna get a little bit more back up. And beside when we clip off away by Warren, the moment I speak about it, they managed to clutch this one off.
This is hard play for beside. He's being ambushed by multiple angles, while Bear is trying to give the covers on top. Gareebooo is just trying to get the covers on him with that little
Fire
stone.
the hole!
Will it hit a Kobe here? We have to wait. The judgment goes. Oh! Boom away! Gareebooo straight on his knees. Well, the rest of Gareeboo's team trying to help him, but they just can't get the vision right.
And their second nade falls over the side of Gareebooo once again. There's a couple of taps over on the side of Bear, as KisiL will have to play it out really safe, as RawKnee is also locking their eyes to try to turtle themselves into this fight, as Tad finds himself that headshot, taking down Bear.
Oh, this is a bad position for those actually on the bridge. They really need to budge. It's a bummer for them and don't want to stay too long. We've got themselves all 2 teams being killed here by RawKnee, who's actually taking the advantage at this situation.
They're hiding behind the lower side of the bridge, while the circle is going to appear towards the side of Novo, while they are fighting right below this bridge as well as above. They really need to move because they don't really have too much of a time, while Sixless is still across the bridge, while we're having Lallis still second-guessing whether or not should they cross the bridge or not. Gareebooo will be making their way in, and they might have to deal with NIKITANGA, as BulShark is in the horseshoe of the military base.
They really need to cross that bridge. There's no time to think anymore, while the rest of Kronten is actually decided to swim over. We're looking at K7 Kaichi's team. It will actually take this to their hands. They will be playing the fishing game. This will be a big fish for them to take on for Chin 9. Will he spot them out? I think they do. This is a bad pass.
There is an iron sight AK. Burns right there, dropping him to 10%, but not being able to finish him off as of yet. He's trying to actually get himself towards at least the corner wall so that he can met himself up. Spots out Kronten as well.
Oh, he doesn't have any scope. With only iron sight, Chin 9 is kind of hesitating. He actually can get all the 3 kills. But we're looking at Mitchel and ARXY. They're trying to go in and ambushing. Well, looking at this, will it be a torture for Michel's team? Looking at Tortem just charged right in. Torty. And this might be a double kill. There you go. Whole team being wiped out by ARXY, being a very bold team charged right in. Very aggressive play.
That was a perfect spray down coming from side of Torty. And speaking of spray down, here we see Miffy unrolling the whole clip straight over the side of the enemies, while he's still hiding inside of this dumpster, while we see Gareebooo slowly marching upwards. They find themselves a little bit of a fish to fry, trying to drop a nade, going for the revival, but they don't really have much places to run. He's keeping his eyes locked towards the side of Warren as they were dropping a couple nades.
Drone just nade himself, if I'm not mistaken. That was a big, unfortunate. While Drone tried to get the other way around, they might just get this whole team wiped by
There we go.
They punish for barricading the bridge way too long.
They've been hiding for such a long time, and there's just nowhere for them to hide any longer. But speaking of hiding here, we finally see Kronten OP docking by the shorelines there, trying to heal themselves up, while Chin9 still going for the hunt. Not really sure where exactly did they stop at, but they know that they can't really go way too far off. They've already secured one kill in that sense, and KisiL only have 2 members, so it might just be a 2v2, but Jingwei says, no, I don't want to join in towards Destroyer. I'm just gonna stay here, and if you get knocked down, maybe I'll just come by to save you.
Yeah, probably. Well, looking at Kron's team, I like how very inventive they are, staying at the shoreline and at the same time just hiding beneath that stones there. Nobody can actually get the angle right to see them, so they might want to play the healing game at the last circle here.
Yep, and speaking of that, we are going back towards the side of Kronten as Mazik will find his way upwards. This is just a really good aim as he might be able to take down Ash, but he's not really pulling off the trigger. He's waiting to see whether or not there's some other members lurking nearby.
The other members for Kron's team actually just playing the safe game. I don't think he wants to open fire way too soon. That might expose himself way too much. Well, looking at the Dynamo's team, they are very comfortable at where they are, while Dita Sans is more than happy. That is a big airdrop.
Yep, that's going to be a Groza giving himself that sort of advantage. And on top of the radio tower is a pretty good spot to be at, because that's pretty much center for the side of Dynamo Gaming. Well, towards the lower side, we still see Kronten struggling to find themselves in towards the land, and he needs to actually take a swim, but you know that Chin9 is not going to give them that much of a room to breathe. And speaking of Chin9, he's just by the corner of the next phase, so this is going to be good news for them, but Kronten members on top will possibly go in for a little bit of a flank, as well as RawKnee being pretty close by.
Well, we're looking at Joker is not making some funny moments. He's being aggressive, a couple of taps here and there, nitpicking everybody around him. We're looking at RawKnee playing very seriously this time around. He's actually trying to get down 2 teams here. K7 and Kronten will be on his way. We're looking at it. That spray is beautiful, but still not keeping off taps anybody off just yet. He's just trying to rotate the other way around, circling, alternating his way to get a better angle.
We see a really good spray control coming from the side of RawKnee, so that's pretty impressive to me. And now we're seeing Warung just trying to spot out some of these guys over onto the south side of the island. He's going for a little bit of charge. Chin9 going to drop 1 nade right across. He's still got 2 more to go. He's flunking it straight towards the side of Bonk, so that's going to hold them off for a little bit more, but I'm not too sure for how long though, as we see Chin9 is trying to actually go in for the hunt, dropping another smoke right in front of them as Zhang goes in for the flank.
Oh, there you go. Zhang is making a big kills there. 1 more to go. Dashro might be the next victim. It will finish off by Zhang, but that's just reversed the other way around as Dashro actually finally finish him off. And Coco tried to do control damage here, but it's a very risky to revive right in front of Dashro, who's already more than ready to take them down.
And here comes the nade flying right across. That's not going to land towards the side of Dastro. It might do a little bit of chip, but he lobs one straight towards the side of Coco as well. So this might just be a 1 versus 3 situation. And this is the final member for the side of Gareebooo. So he needs to play it out really smartly. Both charging up the nade. And who will it be to fall this time around? He lobs it straight towards the Dastro, but he soaks not enough damage to take him out.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Half HP gone and still half more to go. It's 1 versus 3 with not much thing going on. He still have a lot of first aid, but there's no time for him to heal himself. Oh! And they just finish him off straight away. That's 1 team out. And Dastro, that was a bold and warrior move, but it's not enough.
Well, I gotta give him A for effort for that, while Drone getting a couple of taps coming from the side of RawKnee. Hydra will be able to go in for another snipe as well. Kronten over the lower side. Well, RawKnee goes in for a flank. Will be taken out. Eye for an eye. Drone for the side of RawKnee, while Chin9 tries to take out RawKnee, going for the third-party kills as Tuck will be able to finish him off with another nade. Chin9 also trying to survive. We see Gareebooo, despite of this, spots out RawKnee members right there. There goes Ted.
And Bong is trying to make the clutch again for this 4th match of the day. Will be the final clutch for him, but not enough. He managed to get the secure kill by Ted there. 1 more kill by Bong. It's 2 versus 1 just now, but Ash is waiting from the side, being punished. Bong taken up down, and this will be a secure kill by Ash.
You can see RawKnee member is just smiling and just grinning the moment that he sees both teams just having a little clash towards the upper side of the roads, and over bottom side we see NIKITANGA having members wiped away by BulShark with that sort of amazing spray. That's a big detonation coming across, not being clipped by the camera, but that's A-okay. We see Dita going against the members of Rollexxx as we see Juicy getting taken out by that Groza spray.
And that was a bait taken up by Juicy while Sun's been waiting for the flame, sacrificing one member, and he's the sole survivor for Dita's squad. We're looking at Ash is actually at the same state as the Dita's team. And while Gareebooo have 2 more men left, the rest of Dynamo might just take this into advantage.
We're going to see another nade being dropped towards the side of Afifah. There we go, another knockout, dropping perfect on the spot.
That was a painful nade and torturing to watch. We saw how it looped perfectly on the spot. We're looking at Torty just being taken down, the rest of Dynamo's team having the most manpower. Finish off ARXY team next.
We can see they are still 4-man strong. They have Joker soaking most of the damage, but ARXY gets removed from play. We still have 7 more teams to go, while Gareebooo only has 2 more members left. Oh, we see Kronten still have birds swimming by the waters. I am surprised because they managed to survive that long, and the captain, Kronten OP, is still left alive. Make that 7 more on the table.
Well, the moment you said it, that's where they're picking it off fight against him. While we're looking at Dynamo, I like how they're playing this game. Joker has been the one fragging and tanking all the damage, playing the black sheep of the family, but that was just a lot of plays done by the rest of the team covering him up.
Totally agree with that. And now we're looking towards the side of Xinchuan, and they are still pretty much healthy with all 4 members, not even taking much of a damage, and they've already secured a total of 5 kills for their squad. Now we're looking at Pi, spots out Smokey OP. He managed to run out of that, while Kronten will fall out eventually, and that is just a little bit of a bummer for him, as we see Dynamos are right inside the zone as Xinchuan slowly charging towards the side of Sans.
Coco trying to get the sense. He knows he got the sense of Sans there, but it's not just enough. While he's struggling with the blue zone, trying to call himself away. And this is hard to watch and hard to play for Sans. He might bomb into Coco. This is bad.
Spots out Coco. Can he actually pull this one off? Got the red dot in, and the sprays are beautiful, taking him down towards 30%. But now the rest of Xinchuan has been alerted. Coco playing this one safely, having the first aid kit being popped out, and Sans is by the corner. They know that he's just right outside. Gonna pop a little bit of smoke just to cover the tracks. And here comes Xinchuan trying to finish the kills. The knob of the nade won't be able to fall straight towards the side of Sans.
That was so close. Sans actually almost busted his position. Now, when we're looking at Joker, will he be another bait for the rest of the team? And he sacrificed a lot. There goes one nade. Will it be a Kobe?
I'm not sure if it's going to land towards the side of front. It's a little bit far off, but good attempt whatsoever as Joker trying to cut across by the edge of the circle. We see him having his armor already shredded up, but here comes Siren. Oh, that tap though coming from the MK14.
A Spider's in a lot of pain. Siren just knock him and just run away. He don't want to overcommit to this fight, but that's one more to go as Kron is suffering. We have BulShark on the eye of Jokers now. Oh, that's a lot of return damage there.
Ouch, that's gonna really hurt, and Joker just smoking a little bit more, and John going in, taking down Gareebooo, and Warung needs to actually fall back, going in to save his dear captain right there. Zhang possibly clutching this one out. Xinchuan have a really good chance to actually take it home with that final game in hand, as Smokey is in the crosshair. Siren, one more tap from the side of the MK14 as we see Joker running for his life.
Siren is not letting anybody run. He see and they run, but he kills them. Looking at this, Dynamo was actually one of the strongest, being wiped out by Siren himself.
There's just nowhere for them to hide. You can see this is sort of an open field with a couple of kills all across, and Pi will be able to get the BulShark members right there as Pi tries to actually get himself a little bit of sort of advantage, but this circle is not really doing him any sort of good at all. Trying to peek it out. And the rest of Xinxuan trying to actually pick up. And Siren is totally on form today as we see him trying to take out Pi right across.
I know Siren is really raging right now because they were kill stealing him. BulShark was being mean just now. It will be only 2 teams left with almost similar manpower. But look at that! That's Pi just crawling on the ground. Well, there's a lot of smoke being popped up in the middle of the road. It will be BulShark Tron as well as BulShark himself coming up from the flanks, crawling, creeping in silently, trying to get the vision right.
We can see this is going to be a 4v4 situation, but we can count Pi out because we have no intentions of saving him. So make that a 3v4 situation as Coco tries to cut across, gets spotted out by BulShark himself, will be knocked out right in front of his face, but he gets spotted out as well. He will be taken out next. This is just Siren clipping him with the Scar L, unloading that Raph, and now trying to look for that chicken dinner.
Oh, this is Shark going down. The team leader is no more in the game. We have Tron being aimed on that crossover of Joe's now. That was straight in his line of sight. Nice pixel shot. Straight away knock him down.
Joe definitely picked such a great fight right there, and he still has time to actually go in for the revival towards the side of Pi. He's still not down for the count as of yet, but the zone is ticking in. 3 seconds on the clock. Xinxuan has this sort of advantage. There's still 1 member inside of the zone, so this is just getting harder as it goes. Pi will be still on the ground as we manage to spot out Zhang. That is going to be him getting removed from play.
Joe is still trying to revive Pi. Will it be the right judgment call? We're looking at Xinxuan's team have 2 more men left, while the rest of BulShark will get themselves a big advantage once Pi on his own feet.
You can see him prowling on his belly, trying to crawl towards the box, trying to get a couple of supplies. Not having a little bit of chance there as Tron goes in for the spray, takes down Siren. The main man of Xinxuan is down on the ground.
That was straight in the line of sight. He got it straight, and that finish off Siren straight away. It will be BulShark against Xinxuan now.
BulShark having the numbers now. Xinxuan himself is just thinking, how on earth am I going to clutch this one off? And BulShark is in the top and best form out of the whole tournament. This possibly might just be his game because they have a total of 12 kills occurred, and if they take down Xinxuan right here, it will be a total of 13 kills.
It will be the biggest play for this PMSC history if Xinxuan manages to take 3 people down with 1 nade to rule them all.
Well,
Please.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen though. If he does pull that clutch, I will just strip off my headset right now. I can't really take that sort of intensity, but anything could happen at this sort of moment. But they're just waiting for the time to take away. And I think that because of this sort of situation, BulShark knows they have all the time in the world, and this is going to shrink all the way down. Xinxuan just by the corners right here. He might just have to crawl in for a little bit more. Slowly walking in towards the rest of the Sharks as the Sharks are ready to bite, dropping a couple of nades. He's taking too much damage, and he's still trying to crawl it out. There's no way to run as he has to go in, charging right through. And this is BulShark going in with the match for victory. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.